not the day my daughter was born. It's not the day I got married. It's not the day I bought my house. But it's up there. Yep, this thing's absolutely nuts. It encourages bad behavior on a similar level as the Cobra. It's got 4 10s in the back. You take off and start grabbing gears, and before you know it, you're flying. It definitely doesn't want to cruise at 70. I mean, it will. This engine's got a rev limiter set somewhere in the neighborhood of 6,800 RPM. This is the first running 340 I've ever owned. It's not the first one I've driven. That was a 73 Barracuda. I suppose it's the first high compression forged crank 340 I've ever driven. Yeah. It's something. It's just like, well, every other Mopar small block, but extra. And also, it's got a huge old cam and aluminum head, so, you know, that's going to do cool stuff. This angle right here, one of my favorite things about this body style. The first Mopar I ever had that drove, 74 Duster, and I love this view. Of course, flawless Grays Harbor weather as usual. The beautiful car you see before you that just got slightly modified by some drizzle. The 1971 Dodge Demon 340 4-speed. Today's a great day because I just bought this thing from the original owner, Dale. He custom ordered it brand new in 1971, and then he drag raced it for years. And he's got awards and trophies and a lot of cool stuff telling the story of this car. I've been working on a deal for this car for like 4 years, and I'm happy to say I finally made it happen. It did require the bank's help. Want to buy a Cobra? Let me know. This is a special car. It was built to go drag racing, and some modifications have been made. But the outside and the interior are stock, and so is the engine block, and the 4-speed, and the rear axle housing. Everything important is here, and everything that's not on the car is on a shelf in Dale's garage, and I'll be going to pick that stuff up soon. Everything in the interior is factory except front seat covers and carpet. This is factory too. 85,482 miles as of now. He's gone through a few gauge configurations over the years. He did have the tack mounted at the top of the A-pillar, but now he's got this set up. It's cool. I do wish I could see the factory rally dash. I have only ever had 2 of those, and I've never had one in a car that was drivable. I'd like to be able to take all that in. Now in here, you'll find a good few deviations from stock. For example, performer heads, extremely expensive TTI headers, fancy shiny alternator, RPM air gap intake, and Edelbrock 850. And of course, MST ignition. You know what that is? I know what that is. That's for throwing your plugs in to read them or to swap them out. It does have a Champion aluminum radiator, but the original is in the Champion box in Dale's garage. This setup was used for the lighting when he flat-towed this car to racetracks in the 70s. And you can see here the tow points are still on it. Other than this quarter panel, which was repainted to match after another car went ahead and crossed the center line and tagged it, this car is in original paint. Dale says this mark is from running it through car washes. And same with this one on the character line. Kinda neat. It's such a cool original car. It's as he raced it. Everything in here, sure, not correct. But I'm fine with that. And everything to put it back, if I so desire, came with it. These Krager SS wheels were built on the car by Krager in 1972. No, the car is not perfect. It's got dings and little scratches, and if you look really hard, you can tell it's actually tweaked somewhat from hard launches, putting that much daylight under the front tires. Yeah, it's cool. To this point, the Cobra has definitely been the car people freaked out about the most. Yep, as of now, it's this thing. People are losing their minds, and I'm on an almost abandoned industrial road. Due to the rain, I wasn't even anticipating picking this car up today, but you know what? I had to, and I'm glad I did. I don't have three hands or my phone mount, so I won't be showing you any bank shifting action today. Maybe later. What do I mean, maybe later? All right, here's a funny story. Not only had I never driven the car until I handed him a check, I'd never seen it in the daylight. And other than checking in on it about a month ago, I hadn't seen the car in 4 years. I just knew what it was and that I had to have it. I guess I needed to learn how to drive it not like a psycho. Man, I'm starving. I guess it's time to take it through a drive-through. Yeah, so the million-year-old battery is bad, and it won't take a charge at all. So I started it with this here jump box. Didn't really have time to go buy a new battery. Anyway, pulled up to a stop sign back there. The shifter's a little sloppy. Anyway, the long and the short of it is I was in third, not first, and I didn't let the clutch out all the way, but it was enough to drop the rev, kill the voltage, and it died. Awkward! It's fine. There were only 6 cars behind me. Definitely don't need this thingy. Bye-bye. Much more gooder. Yes, doesn't belong here. I went ahead and borrowed my friend's storage unit. Looks good in there.